Hi, so today we are going to take a look at our last tutorial about Flappy Bird, and let's see what we get. So we have seen in the part 4 that we have created a new start function, then a new main function. So we added the mask method here to change the collision detection with pygame.sprite.collide mask, and we added the score that you see. We got it here in the title. Now in this fifth part we are going to add sounds, and we are going to use pygame.mixer.init, or even better, we are going to add some other lines of code here to avoid any lag in the sounds. And it's pygame.mixer pre-init with these parameters like frequency, something like frequency and frequency rate and other stuff like this. Pygame init, pygame mixer quit, and then we are going init again. This should prevent any lag, but in Pygame 2.0 perhaps this is not necessary. And then we are loading the sounds with Pygame mixer sounds, and with the file we want to load, we have this wave file into our sound directory, and this it wave into the sound directory here. You find everything into the GitHub repository, and so we have sounds. So if you want to see here how it looks like, you see here we get also a splash screen, and then we can press any key and start, and you see the sound here, and you also see the sounds when it hits the. We also have the volume here for the jump and the hit, because they were a little bit too high. And then to play the sounds into in the game, we will use this function here. Instead of writing pygame.mixer.sound.play_sound, we will just do play sound. And then for the fonts, you have seen also here, we got these fonts here, and when we start, we get here the score that uses fonts as well. We got this font, pygame.font.sysfont, and remember to do pygame font init, even if pygame init should do also the same thing. So font pygame.font.sysfont area 14, and we use this function here to render the text. So we will make text equal font.render the text that will pass it to this function, any string, one to make some anti-alias on the text, and the color here with Pygame color. The default one is coral, but you can add any color you want. Remember to put the first letter here in capital letter. Then return the text, and if you want to show them in the while loop in the main function here, you see here there is the screen bleed text, and the text is this text equal write score, and you write score, and this text would be a surface with the text on it. And so we will bleed the text with written score, and then we need to write also the score, the changes in white, and the maxi score next to it. So if we run this, you see that there is here the score and the maxi score here. Okay. And there is also, we bleated this Flappy image on top. And now, so we bleed the stuff to show the score, and there it is, Flappy score and Flappy max score. Then we are going to use a function to save the score. So even if we get the score yet, we do not save it, so that we can see if we made a max. When we make the greatest score, we can save it, and we have to put a file into this folder functions that is called score.py, and I will let you see. So you create a folder function, and inside this score.py function, if we open it, you see that there are some functions to save, to load and save the score, to avoid writing everything again, and you can use it for different games. What you need to do in every game is to import from function.score everything, and then create an instance of game with called game, for example, game equals score, and in parentheses score.txt. So this will this instance will load the score, the last saved score, because if you go here in the score function here, you see here in the init method, it is getting the max score from loading the max score with this method here, load max score, and it checks if there is a file called where is it? If not file is empty, it's gonna go here in this method file is empty, and we'll open the file, self file, and the file is the one that we passed. If you remember here, this one, score.txt, it will open the file, see if there is a file yet, it will read the content of the file. If there is no file, you don't need to create this score.txt file. It will be created automatically, and there will be a score, an initial score. Instead, if the file is there yet, it will save it as self max score. So score.maxscore will contain the max score. But I also, let me also made another thing. I have added here in the sprite class self max score equal game max score. So now we have to memorize it into different places. And when the game is over, if self score it's more than int self max score, here you will see in the actual code that this is a string, so we need to make it an integer. I can make it also here, okay, otherwise it will give you an error, so I must correct this. So if it will say if the score is greater than integer self max score, int self max score, it will save it as self score. So this will save the new the new record. Okay, so let's go on, and now I also put a way, instead of just pressing the up button to fly higher, I can also use the right arrow to fly higher and faster. As you can see here, I will show you. You can go up, but I put something to make it more interesting here. I can, you see, if I press right, I can go faster, also because I have the need to avoid this passage where the pipes are too near, so that I could flying up like here, that it's so difficult there, so I can avoid these places. I thought that this could be more interesting. Eventually you can change it. So if speed up, when you press the right key, it will speed up will become 1. So if speed up, every pipe will speed of 10, giving you the illusion that the scrolling is faster. And I should need to make also another adjustment and make also the basement to speed up, because otherwise the basement will have always the same. So I could go here, and let me check out in the start function here. Okay, pipe speed, and I could also do base. I should go and do what I did for pipes. I added self speed here equal 1. I must add it also here. Self speed equal 1. Here I should go self speed. This is what I did for. Okay, so now it has another variable here for the speed, and now I just need to, we have base. Okay, I should call this one B1. Now I need to call them or put them into a list, but B1 and B2. And so here B1 dot speed equal 10 equal 10 to, and then B1 and B2 and here B1 equal 1 and B2. Let me see if there is something. B1 is not defined, of course. Okay, B1 and B2. B1 and B2. Okay. There's only one problem here. When I do this, sometimes it creates a gap there. Because let me see if I can put a remedy on it. Okay, I put this move up here thing here equals 0 to make it so if you press a little more, you see, if you press, you can, with the faster movement, you can also run forever at, at higher speed. I should put some limitation, like stamina or something like that. Otherwise, you could go always with the right button, and maybe it's also fun, but look at that. And then there is this thing that so you can use this option here to use this one or this one. Maybe this one is more fun because you can speed up, go as far as you can go. But as I said, you can change this. You can change these mechanics here, etc., at your own will. So, going back to our changes. So we said about the score and the speed movement that I added, and so if it goes with the right key, it speed up. Please always the jump. Maybe should change the sound here, and then I changed also the image speed and image when you fall, and always also here when you press up, it will rotate of 45 degrees. You see, I create another function here that is called rotate, and I can show it in here. We have the function load to load an image, to flip, to load it and flip it, and rotate it to load it and flip it. And so I made it this list of frame soup with the 3 frames that are rotated of 45 degrees before at the beginning, and when it moves up, it uses these frames up where it's rotated, and when it falls, it uses this image here, rotate for minus 45, and it shows the image with the birds that it is falling into here when if game over in the while loop. So that, okay, and that's all. And you could, so this is the frame, the update frame for to show when it moves up, that, and when it falls, etc. Okay, so that's I think all. You can go and check for my articles on my blog pythonprogramming.altervista.org, because there I've written everything I changed in this last part here of the game, and I think we can finish here. Maybe we could make some adjustment or some modification with my mod that I made with a space flag game here. That is a modification of this one, where you see I've got a space kind of Flappy Bird like with the moving thing here. And so it's just the same game but with a different approach, and we will see if we can make of it a space game. Okay, so that is practically everything. I hope you enjoyed these 5 tutorials about Flappy Birds, and see you next time. And for the moment I make this record of 5,210 score, and see if you can do something better. See you soon to the next one.